YouTube? I'm out here again, beautiful Lake Tahoe, one of my favorite mountain biking trails with my best friends. And yeah, I feel drawn today to talk to men specifically. Something that we're lacking in our culture and that is dying out, and we just have to be aware, because we're being attacked as males. Our testosterone has plummeted, absolutely plummeted from the generations before us. We have, like, on average, a 20 or 30-year-old has around the same testosterone output as a 70-year-old back 2 generations ago. So when we're looking at what's happening, there's a few things, and that is wasting our seed, on porn. If we're looking at porn and you're wasting your essence, that is your life essence as a man. That is what gives us vitality. That is what gives us the creativity necessary to create in this world and to bring life into this world, right? And so if we're just squandering that on images on a screen for stimulation because we're bored or because we feel a certain way, that is a drug, right? And there's a reason that porn is legal or free, legal and free in most places, right? And that is because when they get us to release that sexual energy, that essence, we are succumbing to our lower nature, and we're going to be stuck in our animalistic instincts. So that is a huge, huge part of it, is retaining your seed so that you have more energy and more vitality to bring into the world. And then another thing is the foods that we eat, right? And then the foods that we eat, if we're touching soy products, soy is phytoestrogenic, microplastics, those things affect our fertility and our sterility. And so if we are ingesting too much of those foods, it can definitely have a bad negative impact on what is, our overall testosterone output. And that is what makes us manly. And quite frankly, I'm sick of looking around and seeing all these people that are not manly, like effeminate males. There needs to be a balance. Yes, we all have a balance, the yin and the yang, but we are losing our masculinity, and that is an issue. So super windy, so I'm pretty passionate about this, and so how do we counteract things like that? We need to start supplementing or intaking things that help us to naturally boost our testosterone production. Again, if you start taking an external source of anything, your body's going to shut off. It's going to say, hey, I don't need to keep making this. But if I give it the precursor or something, that a catalyst to ignite it so that it will start making more of that as a fuel, then I can put that in my body as a good source to boost my natural testosterone output. So ashwagandha, huge. Tonga Alley is another super good one. Shilajit. You can literally just put an ice pack on your nutsack for like 3 to 5 minutes a day, and that will boost your testosterone by a good amount as well. And then, this was the big one that I was going to start to talk about, was moving our bodies, right? We need to do physically tough things. We need to do hard things that push our bodies and strain our bodies so that we become stronger and that our genes become stronger instead of genetically becoming weaker, which is what has been happening with generations in the past, right? Because if we're not constantly pushing ourselves and challenging ourselves and growing as people or as individuals, then we stagnate and then we become weaker, and that is what is happening. We see a lot of weak people around. There are strong people for sure, but there's also a lot of people that are okay with just taking orders and doing whatever's required of them. And I think we need to be more aligned with ourselves, with our spirit, with our own morals, and then we need to strive to push ourselves. And so, men, I'm pushing you, I'm challenging you to challenge yourself, right? Get out there and challenge yourself. See what it is that your body is capable of. We were all given this time here on earth, and I think it's a blessing and it's a present. And if we stay present and we utilize that time to do the things that we want to do and to push ourselves and to expand our mind and our consciousness and our bodies, then we can grow as people. So that's what I felt drawn to talk to you today about. Hopefully helped. I definitely have a lot more information if you have any questions about this kind of stuff. I love to talk about it. So yeah, I want to continue on this bike ride. It is a beautiful day out here, but I just felt drawn. Men, challenge yourself, get out there, push yourselves, right? That's what it's all about. Have a great day.